Welcome to the complete Catwoman collection video. This will feature every figure and statue in the collection Catwoman wise. Get a good look at them. I'll let you know my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Go ahead and drop me a like and subscribe if you haven't done already. This video is going to be pretty epic, quite long, so you might have to watch it in parts, but bear with me and we'll get through all of them. It's not just those, there's the big one there. You got Selena Kyle over there. Some more up there. I'm just moving some things around that space. I've just put the Mediccom Hush Batman in with the rest of these. Let me know if you want to see a full Batman collection video. I'll go ahead and do that next, but only if I know you guys actually want to see it, because it's going to take a long time to film. But anyway, enjoy the Catwoman stuff. Hope you enjoy the show. Let's get things started. Here we have the DC Collectibles Catwoman statue, the Covergirls line, the most recent release. They've done 2 of these to my knowledge. I'm not too sure the year the original one, based on the Adam Hughes artwork, came out, but this one just came out this year, and it's painted exceptionally well. The pose is really good, and it's top marks all the way. It's really hard to get the feet, the little pegs that go into the base. I found it really hard to get them in there. You can actually see how they're not fully flush to the base. I pushed it down as much as I could get it, and I started to feel like I was going to break something. So I just left it the way it is. It's not too bad. But yeah, the statue itself, I'm really happy with it. It's fast becoming one of my favorite Catwoman statues in the collection. Not the favorite, it's probably in about 4th or 3rd place. But this is a fantastic piece, and I recommend this without any hesitation to any Catwoman fans. The DC Collectibles Catwoman Covergirl statue. This is the most recent one, as I say, and it's fantastic. Just get a slightly closer look. You can see the great job they did on the face, the eyes, the lips, everything. The outfit itself. That's the great thing about statues, especially Catwoman's the prime example for this kind of thing that I'm about to say. 1/6 scale figures are great, but when it comes to an outfit like this kind of outfit the Catwoman's wearing, you're only going to get the realistic creases with a statue. You'll get realistic creases in a 1/6 scale figure as well, but you can't match. Obviously it's stuck in a pose with a statue, and you're never going to change that. But if you notice all the little creases and wrinkles in the outfit, there's no other way to do it than a statue. It's just excellent detail, and as I said, fast becoming one of my favorite pieces in the collection. This is my original DC Collectibles Covergirl's Catwoman statue. This came out a number of years ago, and I was really glad to get this because for a while I didn't know if I'd ever be able to. At one point I saw this going on eBay for over £1,000, which is crazy for a piece like this. It's 10 inches high, it's not that complicated, it's pretty simple. It's just a statue of Catwoman that happens to end up being quite valuable, I guess, maybe because of the Adam Hughes tag there, or maybe just a limited run. Let me just take it here. What have I got? No, it's not that limited. 5,000. But yeah, I saw her going for crazy prices on eBay, and one day I saw her going second hand from a guy in France, and it was a fraction of the price I'd seen it going for. So I jumped at the chance to get it. Didn't really like the feeling of knowing I was getting this second hand, because this is an important piece for me, because Adam Hughes, his artwork with Catwoman, as you can see, it's framed behind on the walls, and there's more on the left hand side of me. Just really struck a chord with me. I liked how, obviously I was really attracted to her, she's gorgeous, but there's something else there, just in the front covers that he does. Sometimes you get a sense of how dangerous she is, how cunning she can be, and at times how sweet she can be as well. That's what I love about Catwoman. She's really hard to play. She's not that good, and she's not, well, she can be pretty damn bad. Some of the things I've read in the comics that she's done really surprised me, to be honest. I don't even know why Batman, would let her slide with a lot of the things she's done, but I just really find her interesting. She's a really cool character, and I hope Zack Snyder brings back Catwoman in one of these films and does it with kind of like a tribute, well, not a tribute, but using Adam Hughes and his well, obviously Adam Hughes just did the artwork for the comics. The actual comics themselves weren't written by him or drawn by him. But that's a whole other story. Just basically very happy to have this piece. Finally got it. Didn't have to pay that much for it, and it's beautifully sculpted, beautifully painted, and it's a few years old now, but it still stands up against anything recent. We'll just take a slightly closer look at her as she comes around now. You can get a look at the detail. Absolutely awesome. One of my favorite pieces in the collection. I'll probably say that a lot during this video. You'll have to forgive me. Selena has a spell over me indeed. And here is the DC Collectibles color version of the Arkham City Catwoman statue. Again, it's around 10 and a half, 11 inches high. It's an important one for me because I believe that Arkham City, the game by Rocksteady Studios, made Catwoman cool again. Or if cool's the right word, but it certainly brought Catwoman back. Remember, before that, the most recent thing that I could remember was the Halle Berry film, which I haven't even seen. I wouldn't give it the time of day. I know it's garbage. Um, but Arkham City, she was really, she was cunning, she was sexy, she was deadly. I had a lot of fun beating the crap out of criminals as Catwoman in Arkham City. I was really gutted that I didn't get to do that free roaming in Arkham Knight. Um, and I always wanted Hot Toys, and still, well, they're not going to do it, but they made the Arkham City Batman 1/6 scale figure. You could just about make him out in the background there. They still might release the Joker. I know that they definitely were intending to do Batman, which they've done, and then they were going to do the Joker. They'd already done the prototype and all that, but as far as Catwoman goes, I really don't see that happening. So that's a shame. But at least I got this statue and a couple of other little bits and pieces. The Cumic Catwoman 1/6 scale figure, which I'll show in a minute, or if I've edited this differently, you've probably seen it already. But it's in the video, and that reminds me of more of an Arkham City Catwoman figure, but more of a realistic, real-world look. But it does remind me of the Catwoman from Arkham City, but you'll see her later. But this statue itself, really well detailed, beautifully sculpted. There is a black and white version that came out before this, and I think this one was a slightly more limited run, maybe 1,000 pieces. At one point, I think I heard someone say it was only 500 pieces. Not sure which the truth is about that, but it's a beautiful piece. Love the pose. It's a really cool outfit. All the buckles and the different contrast between the shiny black and then the kind of pattern design that's on the other parts. Yeah, really nicely done. The paint job on her skin and her face, I'm not going to say that's amazing because it's really not. It's quite. Actually, let me stop this and we'll get in closer and I'll talk about that. So we'll get a look at her skin tone closer up here. It's really nothing special. It's very flat. I don't mind the paleness. A lot of people, when I watch Catwoman reviews, whether it be figures or statues or whatever, a lot of people, well, a lot of the time you'll hear people say that they think she looks too pale. That's one of the things I like about her. I like the pale skin, dark hair thing. That's where I'm coming from. But the paint job on her skin is not fantastic. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just not very detailed, and it doesn't really compete with other statues that are going to be in this video. But the outfit makes up for that. That's done exceptionally well. You can see the details. It's turning around there. Let me just zoom in a little bit more. Catch that detail. Crazy. That grid sort of honeycomb pattern, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I can't really say anything negative about this piece. I was really glad. I was going to pick it up in black and white. I wasn't in a hurry to do that because I wasn't keen on the black and white idea. But when they announced that they were going to be doing a run in color, I was really happy and quite keen to get on that. So here she is in the collection. DC Collectibles Arkham City Catwoman statue color variant. And she is a very cool piece. a great little statue by Kotobukiya / ArtFX. I'm not too sure if that's two separate things or what, but that's what it says on the iPad when I looked it up, because it's been a while since I actually purchased this item. And yeah, there's a lot of Catwoman stuff in the collection, so I'm trying to be accurate with the companies and stuff. I am being accurate. I'm just not being very detailed with the description of who was responsible for producing these fine works. You'll have to forgive me. It's beautiful. It's sculpted really well, painted really well for the scale that it is. As I said, it's not the biggest thing in the world. It's only about 7.5, 8 inches high. Um, but it's phenomenally done. It's just beautiful. You can see all those the way the light's catching the really shiny outfit. Um, Great pose. It's one of the ones that I wish was bigger because the pose is so cool. Very confident, very strong. She looks like she could tear your head off and look great doing it. I love it. You get interchangeable goggles with this one. Ones that you can see the eyes behind them quite clearly, and then these other ones that are pretty much just yellow and you can't see what's going on behind the goggles. So you got that choice. The whip is posable, movable, and there's a magnet in her boots and a magnet in the base so that she just magnetizes to that. And it's great. I love the pose. Look at the subtlety there with the leg, the foot, the way it's playful. It's great. Why I love her. She's naughty. We're just getting a bit closer again for the detail. Pick up all the wrinkles in the suit. Look at the way see her shoulders are kind of pushing back, coming closer together, making the outfit do what it's doing there in the back. It's gone now, so you can't see it, but beautiful details there. Really accurate, observations of how clothing would move in certain poses. Just awesome. Uh, Looks amazing from the side, looks amazing from the back. It's one of those ones, sometimes I even pose her facing away from us. Not because of her butt, I'm not like that, but just the pose, the way the outfit works around her, it's really well done. As I said, it's a small statue, so it's even more impressive. Look at the face. It's great. Bit of an anime thing going on with the eyes, I guess. Slightly bigger than they would be in real life, but doesn't hurt the statue. I mean, I'm personally not into anime, so I don't really like it when a character that I know kind of gets a bit of an anime stylized thing happening, but that's understandable because I know that whole anime thing is super popular. So it's nice that those guys have some kind of nod to them. But yeah, great piece. Look at that. I like a collar as well, kind of like a Dracula kind of collar. Here we have the Play Arts Kai Arkham City Catwoman figure. Um, Sorry about the wobbliness. She's not on a stand, so she's just standing there. She's going to stay standing for us, but she will give us a little wobble from time to time. Now, posability is fantastic. The detail is fantastic. They give you two head sculpts and a few little bits and pieces like a whip, and that's probably about it. Oh, some hands. You get different hands. Her clawy kind of hands that she's rocking at the moment are very cool. The other head you get is with the goggles up, revealing the eyes that have a bit of an anime vibe to them. Not too keen on that head sculpt, so I always rock her with the goggles down head. Um, she can do pretty much any pose you can come up with for her. It's really well done. And one of the few representations of the Arkham City Catwoman figure, well, character that I have. I've got the statue and this figure. I didn't bother getting the little 7-inch figure that they did because I always thought she looked like she didn't have a neck. But I love this outfit, and it's an important one, as I say. Arkham City made Catwoman relevant and cool again, gave her back her credibility and some respect. So respect to anyone who produced an Arkham City Catwoman piece. Alright, we're just getting a bit closer. Check out the detail on the outfit. Really well done. You've got your visible joints, but considering what you're able to pull off of her and the fact that the outfit kind of forgives that a little bit because the outfit sort of conceals them slightly. Not so much on the elbow, and the shoulder section, if you don't pose it right, can look a little bit awkward because of the design, but it does allow for a hell of a lot of movement. So, yeah, one of my highly rated figures in the collection. And you get it for quite a reasonable price compared to, I don't know, say, some of the versions of Harley Quinn, the Joker, all playouts Kai Arkham line figures, they can get quite pricey. And Catwoman's still pretty affordable. You get her for about £40. That might have changed recently, but that's how much I got for. And I'm very happy with her. Got Poison Ivy from the same line. They go great together because of what happened in the game between Catwoman and Poison Ivy. So it's nice to have those two together. Here we have the Cumic Catwoman 1/6 scale figure, or as I like to call her, what Emma Willis would look like in a Catwoman outfit. It's all good. It's an awesome. Look at that head sculpt. Seriously, look at that. That is gorgeous. The outfit is very crinkly, wrinkly looking, but I like that because I've got a hell of a lot of 1/6 scale Catwomans now, all the same kind of look, based on that Adam Hughes kind of look, or Jim Lee, I think, as well. Other people. But I just like the way this all came together. I'm always changing the boots. They are not the boots that come with her. They are the boots that come with the 1/6 scale Mediccom Hush Catwoman. But yeah, I got the whip tied around her waist. Pretty simple, this one. Posability with the Cumic body is not fantastic. She can do some cool poses, but really, it is a bit of a weird body that they've used. This is my first Cumic figure, so it moves like an old school Piscine body that kind of has those kind of ratchety feeling arms and legs where you're worried there's a massive snap every time you move something, but that's just the way it sounds when you're moving it. Times have changed now with the Piscine bodies and stainless steel skeletons that they're using inside these silicone, skin bodies and stuff. It's crazy. But yeah, this is one of the older bodies they've used. I got it for, I think it was £70 shipped, or maybe 75 shipped. And when I got it, I think I got like a little goodie bag inside mine, because I don't think anyone else that I saw, there's not many videos of this on YouTube. By the way, if you're interested, do check out my unboxing and first impressions video of this when I first got it, because it's a good video. Well, it's got some genuine moments of, excitement from me, because I was just really blown away when I opened this. I wasn't expecting the head sculpt to look as good as it does in person. It's very lifelike, incredibly done. The eyes, everything's amazing on this, head sculpt wise. Apart from, some people do mention that the red on the goggles is a bit cheap looking. I guess so. If you get really close up, you can see how it's kind of like one layer of red paint. But you could always fix that yourself, but you shouldn't have to, should you? But let's zoom in. We'll get a bit of a closer look at her. So with a closer look now, as she comes around, we can appreciate that head sculpt and the outfit. I like this. As I say, I did get a comment from one person in particular who said I should change out the suit, and that's fair enough, because you might not be into this kind of crinkly look. But I've got a lot of 1/6 scale Catwomans, and this is the only one that has an outfit that looks like this. And there's nothing wrong with the way it looks to my eye. It's just, it's a different kind of texture. But it really brings out the, I don't know how to say it really, but I just like what it does when you move her around. Like the stretching kind of look you get, like if I was to move her shoulders forward and mess around with that a bit. As you move her around the outfit, because of the way the material is, it really kind of creates these naturalistic looking wrinkles and lines. But yeah, I really like her. Very glad to have this one in the collection. It was great for the price. I mean, 70, £75, something like that. It was shipped from Hong Kong. Got it nice and early when it was released. Do check out the unboxing and the showcase videos I've done on this one. Some great photography, like close-ups, really letting you take in the detail on the head sculpt. So check them out. Just click on videos on my channel and then scroll down. You have to go, I do quite a lot of videos, so you'll have to go back into the archives. That's where some of the best stuff is on the channel, so don't be afraid, folks, to hit the videos button and check out some of my older stuff, because that was when I was unemployed and I had time to make the night vision videos that I intended to make in the first place. Now that I'm working full time and I have very little spare time to do these kind of things, I'm bringing you guys more videos like this where I don't have to edit and do Photoshop and all that stuff so much, because I just don't have the time to do it. It really sucks. But what are you going to do? That's life. I'll get back on the case with that at some point and get the proper night vision showcase videos back again. I just still do them from time to time, but you might have noticed they've dropped in epicness slightly, just due to a lack of time to produce them. Just one guy doing everything, so get more of that happening as and when. This whip came with the Sideshow Collectibles 1/6 scale Catwoman, and that's really nice because it's got a little cat head on there. Nice touch. There you go, Cumic 1/6 scale Catwoman, the latest version. They've also done kind of a Michelle Pfeiffer Batman Returns Catwoman figure, which I've never picked up because I keep hoping that Hot Toys will finally announce officially that they're releasing their one. We'll wait and see. Hopefully they will. Otherwise I'll have to get the Cumic version. Now here we have one of the kind of kitbash slash custom 1/6 scale Catwoman figures I put together. She's not complete. She doesn't really have hands. She does have hands that are still attached to the seamless body by Edation that I used. Going back a few years now, this body came out. It is one of the first sort of silicone body, medical silicone as it's called, with a skeleton inside it, like a metal skeleton. It was really freaky when I first got it because it really feels like her skin. Everything is very soft. You see that? It's squidgy. Not ridiculously squidgy, but just very kind of creepy and realistic. Um, but yeah, her hands, they are there, but they're pretty messy. That's why I hide them, and I always have her in this pose so that her hands are not on display because it's simply doesn't look good. So that's why she's always, if you've noticed in the videos, like collection videos where I show the room every few months, she's always like this because I haven't got around to sorting out the hand issue yet. But I've used the Sideshow Collectibles aggressive head sculpt, a black elastic band for the neck piece that was from a Nokia phone charger that keeps the charger in place, one of those thick black elastic bands. By the way, if anyone out there has any of those little black elastic bands, the thick ones that came with Nokia phone chargers, please let me know if you would be willing to sell them to me or something because I always need them. I can't find any. Um, I used a little silver little ring thing here that I put on the zip from the Adam Hughes kind of artwork. Sideshow Collectibles belt, Sideshow Collectibles outfit, which is a really nice outfit actually, and the boots are also Sideshow Collectibles as well. And the whip is Sideshow. Everything is apart from the little elastic band around her neck there to kind of continue the cowl down, more of a natural transition, and the body itself by Edation, otherwise known as Hot Stuff, I think. Um, so yeah, it's a cool looking piece. One day I will get round to getting her some goggles. Every now and then I have like one pair of Sideshow goggles. They gave you two heads and like two whips, but only one pair of goggles, and it's a shame because they're really nice, and I wish I had more of those. In some cases, I've had to make my own 1/6 scale goggles, which you'll see on another Catwoman. But yeah, she's a cool one. I'm happy with her. She looks pretty kick-ass. You change the head sculpt round with one of the other various ones that I have, and it changes the attitude and the look of it completely. But yeah, I like this. This head sculpt always slightly reminds me of Michelle Pfeiffer. Doesn't really look like her, but it certainly just makes me think of her when I look at it. So, yep, she's a cool one. This Catwoman figure is a bit of a weird one. It's very last minute, just a bunch of spare parts chucked together to make an extra 1/6 scale Catwoman in the collection. She's got her charms. She's very aggressive looking. I've used my broken Catwoman Sideshow Collectibles body. The leg completely snapped off in my hand one day. I was barely even touching it. It was really fragile. In fact, that's live on video in one of the Catwoman videos on the channel. You actually see the moment it broke in my hand. So you can see I wasn't even applying any pressure. That damn thing just broke. She's expensive too. It's really not on. But anyway, the suit is holding her together. Otherwise, her leg would simply plop off. And it's head sculpt by Sideshow Collectibles, again the aggressive one, but this is a version where I went to do the black eyeliner a bit thicker. Kind of made a mess of it, but just ended up making her look like more of a messy, don't give a damn kind of Catwoman. Maybe she's already been in a few punch-ups this session, but yeah, she looks very aggressive. The outfit was a random find on eBay. Just said black jumpsuit, female, 1/6 scale, and found this. Managed to pick up like 2 of these suits. I've got the other one in a drawer just as backup for another custom one day. And I've got some spare boots that came with the Cumic Catwoman figure. Those are some of the spare ones that were in the box. So I just use them for her. They're very simple. They're not painted particularly well, but they do the job. Well, here we have definitely one of the jewels in my Catwoman crown. Now, I did a lot of custom work on this head sculpt. I added hair where the skin sort of meets the cowl hair sticking out, like very much like the Arkham City look. Just bring it around again more quickly. I redid the eye makeup, the lipstick. Basically, did quite a fair bit of this. I made the goggles myself. From Super Sculpty Clay. You can kind of see that when you look at them really close up, but I like the green. I like the contrast. Every other Catwoman figure I have is either yellow goggles or mostly red goggles, so it's nice to have these kind of night vision kind of green goggles. And this is a Pyocene outfit, an old one, and she's on an old Pyocene body. For your information, anyone who's got Sideshow Collectibles head sculpts, pale Pyocene bodies suit that skin tone perfectly. Yeah, I'm just really proud of this one. She turned out great. She's one of the ones I would consider to be complete. It's a complete sort of reworking slash sort of custom Catwoman figure I've put together. And yeah, I'm really proud of this one. Let me just go down to those boots. Yeah. Everything to like here. Just she has all the details. You got the cool whip. The boots are really nice. They're old as hell. I couldn't tell you. I got them with. Oh, I remember. I got them when I got the Edation Hot Stuff Seamless Body. These were originally on one of the twins. If you know the channel, you know who the twins are. And if you don't, hit videos and go down into the archives of the channel and discover the twins for yourself. But yeah, I really do like this one. It's very high up on the Catwoman list in the collection. Put a lot of work into it. She is a very cool one. So that'll come around one more time. Yeah, look at that face and the hair. Very nice. Here we have another one of my kitbashed Catwoman 1/6 scale figures. I'm really proud of this one. Not much custom work going on with this. She just basically she's been caught, and she's got the handcuffs on from the DX11 Hot Toys Joker, the Heath Ledger figure. They come in very handy. She's got Sideshow Collectibles Catwoman boots on. They're very nice. And the neutral face or head sculpt from the Sideshow Collectibles figure, along with the goggles that come with the figure. They're very good. I wish I had more of those. With a Pyocene pale skin, large bust figure body. The articulation on this body is not great, so I had to find something that kind of didn't require much, movement, but did sort of tell a story. And as you can see, she is in handcuffs and she's looking a bit cheeky. She knows she's going to get out of this, but she's playing along for now just to keep Batman happy. But I do really like this one. And it is cool because, like I say, you can just pop the head off and I can put like the aggressive head sculpt on with the goggles on, and then she looks really angry that she's going to jail. So it's cool, fun like that. It's a cool outfit. Again, this is another one of those pyre scene outfits. Very tight. If you ever venture into this, be warned. Trying to get one of these outfits onto a pyre scene body or any body, well, mostly I think it's the pyre scene ones, the one with these kind of silicone or rubber bodies. There's something about trying to get these outfits on. They're really, really hard to do. And at times you may give up because it really is that hard to get these on the bodies. But if you persevere and just keep going, eventually you'll do it. But yep, it's getting close. I'll show you how she looks. Here we have the Mediccom Hush Catwoman figure 1/6 scale. Now this is one that I never really had any interest in, even at the height of my Catwoman search for all things clad in black with goggles on, female. I saw the one picture that kind of represents this figure when you're trying to buy it. There's one image and it really doesn't sell it very well. It wasn't until one day when I went up London and went to Forbidden Planet, I saw them trying to sell this for £230 when I've seen it on eBay regularly for like £70 shipped, which is what I went home that day and bought it for instead of £230. Come off it. But when I saw it in Forbidden Planet up in the cabinet with all the other 1/6 scale figures, I was instantly impressed with it. I thought to myself, I can get that and I can put it in a pose and make that look pretty damn cool. And I really didn't even have to do much with it. I mean, she's just straight up and down pose right here, but she does look cool. I really do like it. She does come with this kind of whip, this brown whip belt that's around her waist. You can remove that, and I prefer this look. The belt, or the whip belt situation, when she comes out of the box, doesn't really look too good to me. Kind of hurts the look a little bit. But overall, I was really impressed with this when I finally did get it. And thanks to Forbidden Planet for actually having it on display, because if it wasn't for that, I'd still probably, well, maybe I would have given in and got it anyway by now. But yeah, I was really impressed with it. It's got great articulation. The suit's done really well. It's got gorgeous head sculpt. Kind of, obviously it's from a comic book, so it does look more comic book based. Let's see it as it comes around here. Yep. And you can put the goggles down over her eyes if you want to. She's got great hand sculpt. She comes with quite a few different hands. I usually go with the claw option. And I did actually change out her boots for some different ones there. See? Yeah, they are not the ones that come with her. But yeah, nice detail. See the way you can see her ear coming through the cowl there? Paint job on the eyes. Lovely green eyes there with a nice white dot in the kind of catch the light where the pupil is. Nice detail on the eyelashes. The lips are painted really well. Yeah, I like it. I'm very happy to have it now in the collection. Glad I got it. Here we have the Bombshell series, DC Collectibles Selina Kyle statue. One of my favorites. I just think the pose is fantastic. It's sculpted really well. It's painted flawlessly. I love the base, all the little details. Just really glad to have this one because it's such a different take on Selina Kyle from all the other stuff that I've got. Really stands out as its own thing. And it's just really impressive. I'll give you a little close up in a minute. The face is done particularly well. The eyes, even the cat, really well painted. Yeah, absolutely one of my favorites in the collection now. I'm literally just standing there trying to think of something to say. It really is one of those pieces that does all the talking for itself. I don't really need to say anything. You can see what I'm seeing. This is a special statue. It stands out from the crowd. I don't collect anything else in this Bombshell line or any of the other DC collectibles, Covergirls line or anything. I know they do Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy, and I'm tempted by them, but I got to stick with one thing, otherwise things are going to get out of hand. And it's kind of nice collecting this sort of Catwoman stuff because she's certainly, I mean, she's one of the most popular female DC characters in DC history, but not something you see a lot of when you see collection videos on YouTube of statues and figures. There are people out there who have Catwoman stuff, but I really haven't seen many other people with a big, specifically Catwoman collection. And that's a shame, but also kind of cool because it makes me feel a little bit more proud of my collection of Catwoman stuff because it's not something you see every day. And I think she's a really strong female character. That I just turned on the torch on the camera here just to really illuminate everything so you can pick up all the detail. Zoom in a little bit here for you. I don't know if I can tilt this up. Let's see if I can, just so you can see the head sculpt as it comes around. Is focusing on that shelf in the background at the moment. Hopefully when she turns around it will pick up her face. This camera is so intelligent. There you go. It recognized her. See, that is a beautiful paint job right there. See the rosy cheeks and everything? Little details. The cigarette. Crazy good. Well, here we have a figure that I've got a hell of a lot of use out of. As far as content on the channel, value for money, this Hot Toys figure, I really have rinsed it dry. If you go onto the Catwoman playlist that you can find on my channel, or if you click on videos and just go down into the archives and go hunting for videos on this particular figure, you will find that she's incredible when it comes to posability. And a lot of people say to me, well, every time I upload a video or I put pictures on Facebook, what body are you using? This is the stock Hot Toys body I've always used with this figure. People say that you can't get her to sit down in a chair, but if you check out the videos, there's a bunch of them where you can see her sitting down. But it's really clever the way they designed her. I'll just stop this for a minute. I can show you if I take off the boot there. You can see the suit only goes down a certain point above the knee, and it's the same thing with the arms because the gloves are really they're long gloves, so the suit isn't restricting anything posability wise. She really can do a hell of a lot of stuff, and I've posed the hell out of this one. But yeah, it's definitely one of my favorite 1/6 scale figures in the collection. Not the favorite, but it's one of them. But I really can't rate this figure highly enough. I love it. I think the posability is fantastic. The likeness is great. The outfit is done really well and very clever. The hair is really good as well. Everything. She didn't come with much. The exclusive came with a Batman cowl. I didn't get the exclusive, so my accessories consisted of the gun and the base, and that's it. But it's never bothered me because I don't know what else could she really come with from this from The Dark Knight Rises. She really didn't have much. She didn't even have a whip in that film. That's the thing. I think Anne Hathaway is the perfect woman to play Catwoman. I really do. Out of everyone out there, I think Anne Hathaway is the one to do it. But now she's already been used as Catwoman by Christopher Nolan in his super realistic world where we couldn't really really have a Catwoman in a world like that, because it just doesn't. I mean, the way he did it, where she was maybe from a military background or something, who knows? It worked in his world the way he did it, but it wasn't really Catwoman. Although, I don't know, saying that, there were some very cool Catwoman moments. Like the first time she kind of reveals herself to be Catwoman when Bruce Wayne catches her stealing the pearls or taking his fingerprints. The way she suddenly changes into kind of, the Selena Kyle kind of attitude is brilliant, and it is very Catwoman. But oh, for some reason my lights are flicking on and off in my room. But I don't know. I think she is the right one for the job, but she was kind of cast in the wrong Batman film. I don't know. It's not just because I want to see Anne Hathaway in that outfit. It is that. I'm not gonna lie to you. Um, she looks great here too, though. No complaints. No complaints at all. But anyway, it's a great figure. I love this one. One of my favorite 1/6 scale figures. And now we come to the big one. This is the premium format Catwoman statue by Sideshow Collectibles. It's a fantastic piece, incredible pose that works from any angle. The outfit is actually a material outfit over the top of the sculpt, so it's ultra realistic. You get two head sculpts, the one that's on her at the moment with the goggles covering the eyes, and the other controversial head with the eyeballs exposed. That sounds gross. But you can see the eyes is what I'm trying to say. And they just weren't painted very well. They're the wrong color as well. They're blue eyes instead of green, and they're just not painted very well. So this is the other head sculpt, which I've repainted the eyes and the eye makeup and the lips red. Also painted her hair a bit more black. So yeah, I fixed. This was terrifying to do because I don't consider myself. I do a lot of custom work, to be honest, on my own stuff. I never do commission stuff, just especially. I had some people ask me if I'd do this for them, and it was really scary doing it on mine, and I certainly wouldn't have the guts to do it on someone else's in case I risked, screwing it up. But yeah, I was very proud of myself on this one. So she's got green eyes now. They're not wonky anymore. Her lips are nice and a deep red. The light from the camera is beaming on her face right now, so trust me, without the light shining on her, it looks even better. But I am super happy with that. I'll go ahead and put this head sculpt on in a minute. But it's a fantastic piece. I really am happy to have this. I think of it as the Catwoman Grail piece, really. If you're into Catwoman and you just want one thing, this is the thing to have. Even considering the issue with this head sculpt, I would still consider this to be one of Sideshow's best statues. And this is the only one I own, but I've seen a lot of them at Forbidden Planet up London in person, and I do think they are, for the most part, great statues that they produce. But this one, I think it knocked it out of the park. It's got a huge base. The base is huge. It's like the size of a birthday cake. But that's really just to accommodate the pose, the position of her legs, due to the pose that she's in. But compared to the other statues from this line, this is a considerably much bigger base than, say, Harley Quinn or Poison Ivy or the Joker. Batman's base, if I remember, is quite big, but nowhere near as big as this. But, as long as you got the space to put her down somewhere, she is an awesome piece. Let me just zoom in a little bit. The whip's fully posable. You can put that any position you like. Some people are brave enough to actually position it really tightly wrapped around her waist, which I don't know if I've got the guts to try that myself in case I break the whip. I don't think you would, though. It's a very tough, bendable wire. Let's swap the head over. I'll just take the camera off the tripod for a minute so I can show you the repainted head on the body. As it turns around there, you can see it makes a world of difference. It just takes this statue to a whole new level, and it makes it even more special because I know I've done that myself, and it could have gone really wrong. But I guess luck was on my side with this little repaint. I managed to get it done pretty well. So yep, there she is with her green eyes, nice red lips. All works really well with her complexion, and the black outfit all comes together. Sweet. Now that is the Sideshow Collectibles Premium Format Catwoman statue. 1/4 scale of pure awesomeness. This is the DC Collectibles Gotham City Garage series Catwoman. It's pretty unique in my collection. Now that I don't have the Hot Toys Ghost Rider anymore, which was the Ghost Rider figure and the bike. I got rid of that a while ago, and now that I have this back, I don't really miss that so much anymore because this is pretty big. And the Harley Davidson, or well, the Chopper, whatever the make this bike is meant to be, it's incredibly done. And it's different again. It's like the DC Collectibles Bombshell series. It's a familiar character in a kind of unusual, or an unusual take, or something that we're not really used to seeing. But when you look at this piece, and the best way to do that, to be honest, rather than me trying to explain everything on this thing, if you just check out the showcase video on the channel, all the close-up photography of the detail on her tattoos and the detail of the Chopper bike, it's amazing. I'm really glad to have this. I knew it was out there, and kind of forgot about it for a while, and then I saw Carlos 1/6 scale from New York City. He reviewed this and jogged my memory, and I knew I had to get on the case quickly and pick this up because I have a feeling the price will go crazy with this. You know, maybe not in the exact near future, but relatively soon. Let me just zoom in a little bit. Also, let me just get this light and shine it on there for you. Shine it from above. But yep, Selena is gorgeous as ever. That tattoo on her arm is incredibly detailed and so sharply done. There's an awesome track going through the sand where the front wheel's gone through there. The little cats down there too. There's all kinds of hints and clues all over the Chopper bike that it belongs to Catwoman. Her name's on one side of the petrol tank, a claw mark on the other. All the wheels have those sort of scratch marks on them, and there's just all kinds of clues that this is actually Catwoman. So it's a really interesting piece, and the scale of the actual Catwoman figure would probably work out to be the same scale as the rest of the DC Collectibles statues I showed you in this video. Obviously the bike's huge, but that kind of makes it look like a much bigger piece, but she's basically in scale with the other Bombshell Catwoman and the Covergirl's Catwoman that I showed you. We'll just get a better look at her now where the light is closer to her, so we can get a much more detailed peek. This chain, that's a loose chain that you can pose however you like. It is attached to that hand. As I say, check out the showcase video on this one on the channel for a much more detailed look at all the intricate stuff that's going on here. But yeah, she is very cool. And that tattoo. Yeah, definitely an awesome piece. Very proud to have this one in the collection. regardless of whether it's Catwoman or not. I mean, that's the reason I got it, but even if I wasn't a major Catwoman fan, I would have been very tempted by this. It's just awesome. Alright. Oh, and here we have the little 7-inch Arkham Knight Catwoman figure that I got recently. Do you know what? I can't even remember who made this. I think it's DC Collectibles. I'm pretty sure that's it. I hope I'm not misinforming you there. I was really underwhelmed by it, to be honest. It's just here to sort of round off things a little bit, get some of the smaller Catwoman figures in the collection. But it's a nice enough sculpt, and it's really nicely detailed. It just doesn't do anything for me. I think it's the face, and the posability is really lacking. I've heard that this is the most sort of underwhelming figure out of the whole line. I haven't really seen many of the others. I've watched a few reviews. You get like Commissioner Gordon and some others. But yeah, it is what it is. It's just a little 7-inch Catwoman figure from Arkham Knight. And I really don't really, it's, you know, I could take it or leave it. Like, really white. Like, inhumanly white. And that's something that a lot of people who review it mention. And I understand why. I really don't mind when Catwoman figures and statues are pale. I like her like that. But this is something else. I mean, she's like alien white, if that makes any sense. It's nice though. Nice detail on the eyes. She's so white you can't even see her nose unless she turns to the side, and then suddenly she has a nose again. But anyway, there it is, the Arkham Knight Catwoman figure. You can probably tell I don't really care about this one very much. Got a 7-inch Catwoman figure here. I think this is also by DC Collectibles. I was trying to find the box to double check that for you. Seems like every Catwoman thing I'm showing you in this video is made by DC Collectibles, with the odd exception. But I really do like this one. I love the sculpt. I love the way she looks. Very animal-like. And you get a great spare head, which my light on the camera is really drowning her out in whiteness. Yep, that's the spare head. Really nicely painted. Yep, I really like how that's done. And it's just a top quality little 7-inch Catwoman figure. I really do like it. I like this one a lot more than the Arkham Knight 7-inch Catwoman that came out recently. Very cool. And there she is. I just wanted to give you guys some info about my rotating base. I do get asked about this a lot. I really don't know the name of the company that actually makes this, but I know that I got it on Amazon, Amazon UK, and it was £30. I haven't seen any on there recently, but just so you can see what it looks like, if you go on Amazon and you try to track this down, that's what it looks like. So if you see this, this is the one to get, because I've put the Sideshow Collectibles premium format on here. You saw that in this video, and it was able to take the weight, no problem. It takes anything I've put on it basically, and it's a nice smooth rotation. There's no jerkiness. The figures that were wobbling, that was because they weren't on a base and they're sort of wearing high heels or whatever, and it's a bit hard to get them to balance anyway. But yeah, really fantastic rotating base. Once again, got it on Amazon UK for £30. Alright everyone, well thank you for watching, and I'll just show you a little quick glimpse around the room. I did repose some of this stuff. You see how you got the skull hanging on the back and the spine of the Predator 2 City Hunter. It's truly badass. I just did that with a little black twisty tie. Really easy. And yeah, just loving that shelf at the moment. Wish I could fit the dog alien up there as well. It is what it is. You got awesome NECA Iron Man there from Denny in Australia. Legend. Cool Catwoman. Like, you've seen enough Catwoman. I ain't gonna show you no more Catwoman in this video. You'll kill me. So there's that shelf. Loving Maleficent. I just love that figure. You know I do. It's just changed up the pose just slightly, and it's just giving her a really creepy vibe. She's creeping while you're sleeping. Let me know again if you want to see that Batman full collection video, because I can make that happen for you. You know I can do that. Alright, well I'm gonna go. Pretty much everything else is how you've seen it already. That's how I'm doing it with Dredd. That's a pretty badass shelf right there. You got Terminators, Hitman, Dredd, with big ass, 100% as accurate as it gets, 1/1 scale endo skull. Look at that thing. And you got some other stuff up there which you've seen already. Really liking that Bruce Lee Game of Death figure again. Digging it. Entebbe. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Let me know if there's anything you want to see. Anything I've got here. If you want to see something specific or something compared to something else, get involved. Let me know. I'll make that shit happen.